Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I bid to our lecturer Dr. Wan Naila binti Abdullah. Today, we are from Group 1 are going to present to you our case, the Gaming Hub, budgeting for starting a new venture. First of all, I would like to introduce myself to you all. My name is Muhammad Rizwan bin Muhammad Hanafi, represent as the Rafiuddin in this case. Next, I will introduce my teams to you all. Our second presenter is Muhammad Asfar bin Muhammad Asri, who represent as Haziq. Next, the third presenter is Muhammad Anas Amjad bin Muhammad Fazil, represent as Farid. Next, the fourth presenter is Muhammad Afi Ashraf bin Rosli, will represent as the consultant. Next, the fifth presenter is Aiman Hakimi bin Aminuddin, represent as the accounting manager. Lastly, the sixth presenter is Muhammad Adib Anas bin Alias, will represent as the investor. The case summary of this case tells about the creative venture Sendirian Berhad known as CVSB located in Kuala Lumpur produce e-games. Taking advantage of the growing trend of e-games in Malaysia, CVSB would like to propose a new business venture called the Gaming Hub, which will provide the facilities for e-games players to rent a space to train and play and provide a community-based platform for players in Kuala Lumpur. Farid was hired in July 2018 as the finance manager and was asked to propose the new business venture before 15 December 2018. Farid has 7 weeks to prepare a proposal that could convince the top management to invest in the venture. The proposal should include a master budget, a break-even analysis, and a growth plan. The project is about the business that providing the facilities for customers to rent a space. Farid, the appointed as the finance manager, will prepare the proposal to convince the top management. The company organizational structure is shown as in the slide, where the directors of CVSB are Rafiuddin Omar as Chief Gaming Officer. Next is Farid Yaqub as Finance Manager of the company and Haziq Zahar as Marketing Manager. Meanwhile, the other vacancies will be filled by December 2018. There are several services offered, which is RPG games at the open space, FPS games in the small room, Dota PS4 in the medium room, MMORPG in large room, which is a VIP room, personal computer in open space, and lastly is Dota PC in medium room. The layout of the Gaming Hub is designed to provide the best room for each player to play at suitable area, which is arranged as shown in the figure.
Now, I'm going to present about the marketing communication. Social media marketing is a powerful way for businesses to reach prospects and customers. As a new business, the company allocate annual marketing budget of RM12,000. Marketing costs will be focused on paid posts on forum and website of social media such as the Vocab, the Malaysia Esport League, Malaysia Isukan, the Facebook Esport page, and the Loyak forum.
Farid had identified that the main cost involved in the implementation of the Gaming Hub business venture is as shown in the table. The total cost assumptions for this business at the end of the year 2019 is amounted to RM350,000 as business's capital expenditure.
We, as company's director, have faced some difficulties and decide to ask the expert to figure out our problems. This first question is pointed to Mr. Afiq as financial consultant. Our first task is to prepare master budget. We would like to know what a master budget is and what should be included in a master budget. Therefore, we want to know whether the Gaming Hub should set up at the identified location of the strand in Kota Damansara with capital expenditure of RM350,000 and also whether we should offer all the 6 services planned. We also would like to know what the expected payback period for our investment would be. Next question is pointed to Mr. Aiman as accounting manager. We'd like to know more about break-even analysis and how it is used in the decision making. In this part, we would like to know the ideal occupancy rate to ensure profitability for our company. For last question, we'd like to ask Mr. Adib whether how you decide to open a new branch for business and do you recommend the Gaming Hub to open a second branch. To prepare the master budget, we'd like to apply the gross margin as stated in the table and following the selling price given.
Assalamualaikum. So first of all, as a consultant, I want to talk about a master budget. So what is master budget? Master budget is a combination of all our budget that created by a company's many functional department as well as planned financial statement, a cash projection, capital investment, and a financial plan. In master budget, there is sales budget, cost budget, wage budget, marketing budget, income statement, cash flow statement, and a balance sheet. First, you need to prepare a sales budget. A sales budget is a financial plan that estimates a company's total revenue in a specific time period. it focuses on two things: the number of products sold and the price at which they are sold, to predict how the company will perform. As you can see in the report, that the company have a total budget of 1,458,000 for the year of 2019. Next, you need to prepare a cost budget which figure all the amount of total cost of each product. We can use the formula of cost per hours multiplied by a product price per hours to get a total cost of the product. As you can see in the slide, the company have a total cost budget of 943,650 ringgit. After that, you need to create a wage budget that determines all the costs of all staff wages and benefits. The company have a total wage budget of 246,000 for the year of 2019. So, what the advantage of having a master budget? So the advantage of having a master budget is being able to detect difficulties and plan ahead of time. For example, the master budget may show you that if we exceed its limit, the firm will spend more than it earns each month. To address the issue, examine the finance to determine which department is overspending. Then, the company will either decrease the cost or make other cuts to free up resources for the extra spending. Next, you need to create income statement that shows the company's revenue and expense during a particular period. Income statement indicates how revenues are transformed into net income or net profit. So in this slide, the company have net income of 228,464 ringgit for the year 2019. Before I continue more on master budget, I want to make a suggestion to Haziq as a marketing manager to allocate a marketing budget at 1,000 ringgit per month, that equivalent to 12,000 ringgit per year. So next, we need to create a cash flow statement. So in cash flow statement, we can see the movement of cash and cash equivalent that comes in and go out of company. Cash financial statement measure how well company manage its cash position, meaning how well a company generate cash to pay its debts and fund. In this slide, the company have a cash at the end of 450,742 ringgit at the end of the year 2019. Finally, the last component of master budget is the balance sheet, which is the financial statement that reports a company's asset, liabilities, and shareholders' equities at specific point in time. So in this slide, it shows the balance sheet of the Creative Ventures subsidiary Berhad. The following is the master budget for CVSB. Based on the budget, the company should set up the gaming hub at the location suggested. The budget shows that the new location will contribute to an increase in sale revenue of nearly 1.5 million ringgit and an increase in net income of nearly 600,000. So the company should offer all the 6 services, as each of them contribute to sales revenue up to 300,000. Next, we will talk about the payback periods. So what is payback period? So account and fund manager use the payback period to determine whether to go through with an investment. In this slide, it shows a payback period of the companies. In conclusion, the expected payback of this investment is around 3 years and 1 month, and after that, they can focus on making profit for the future well. So the company can use this short return to take advantage of investments such as streamlining gaming equipment and system to be more competitive.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Next, we're going to look at break-even analysis. What is a break-even analysis? A break-even analysis is a useful tool for determining at what point the company or a new product or service will be profitable. It's a financial calculation used to determine the number of product or service need to sell to at least cover the production costs. We can get break-even point by using the formula, which is fixed cost divided by contributional margin, which is selling price minus variable cost. By using this formula, we can get the sales volume per hour for RPG, FPS, Dota PS4, PC, MMORPG, Dota PC. And we also can get by using this formula to calculate sales volume per hour at 100% occupancy and at expected occupancy. This table shows all the break-even point per unit for each product. So how break-even point will help the company decision making? So break-even can be helpful when a business wants to make a decision. It is particularly useful for making decision about new product. Break-even point can be used to predict how many units would need to be sold, and the business can judge whether this would be realistic based on their market research. So this is a chart for the total price at 100% occupancy and the total price on the expected occupancy. So based on the chart, it shows that the minimum rate of occupancy for this venture to ensure profitability is must to be at least at 60% occupancy rate. Should the outlet not achieve this occupancy rate, corrective measures need to be taken to ensure the company is profitable. Some of the measures which would be considered are converting the small place for both PC and PS4, which will take 6,871 hours and 3,436 hours respectively to break even, to MMORPG, which use VIP room and large room. The shortest service to break even, which would only take 63 hours. This will definitely increase the profitability for the company to be profitable at a lower occupancy rate. However, There are factors that need to be considered for this purpose conversion to happen, which are the cost of additional capital, expenditure to erect and remove the partition wall, and purchasing of new console.
For the question 4, based on GHSB's income statement for the year ending December 2019, the company will have a net income of RM228,424 and cash surplus RM347,793. If it achieved the projected net income 2021, the management could decide to invest in another branch and add a new rental service to its portfolio, which is virtual reality games. In addition, the new branch will be equipped with a virtual reality gaming facility, which will make the gaming hub one of the pioneers of being a virtual reality gaming facility provider in Malaysia. This additional branch is aimed to ensure that GHSB gains more market share in the industry and establish itself as one of the best e-game facilities providers in Malaysia. In short, it is recommended that GHSB to set up a gaming hub at the identified location of the Strand, Kota Damansara with the capital expenditure of RM350,000. The expected payback period for this investment is within 3 years. To ensure profitability, the outlet must perform at 60% occupancy as per the performance measurement analysis conducted. Should the company achieve the projected financial as stated in the master budget, it is recommended to open the second branch of the gaming hub. This is due to the surplus cash as projected in the cash flow. By opening up a new branch, the revenue is expected to be double. To stay relevant, it is also recommended for this new outlet to be equipped with virtual reality gaming and for GHB to form its own esports team to compete in various international e-games competition. This aims to further strengthen the gaming hub brand in Malaysia. But before Farid recommend to open second branch, there is some few things that need to be considered carefully. Firstly, evaluate the market. Before starting a new branch in a new place, Farid must evaluate the market at that place by identifying if there are competitors there, how they want to get a differentiation of their services from their competitors, and how acceptance of the people in the new environments to their business. Next, prepare marketing campaign. Just like when they open their first business, the company wants some pre-opening promotion for our second location as well as a memorable grand opening kick-off. After that, Farid should plan on a year of consistent promotion to get our second location established. Farid may also be able to promote the company to other business, not just people in our new market. Social media and targeted gamers forums and websites are also important too. Lastly, find an experienced and skillful worker. Farid and the HR department need to find not only reliable workers but a manager who is invested in our company's mission and way of doing business. If Farid chooses to open in an unfamiliar area, he must find a local who knows the people there who can give a leg up in connection and adapting to the local culture.
There are several ethical questions should be asked in this case, which is, what the identified issues and problems of the case? Second, what is appropriate analysis to identify the issues? Third, what is the solution for the issues stated? Fourth, what are the ethical concerns or risks? Lastly, what are the awareness of ethical consideration in the case analysis and the solutions?
The issue and problem in this case is, firstly, lack of staff. One of the major problems faced by creators ventures in the market is the lack of staff to coordinate their work. CVSB still have vacancy for master seat such as admin and finance executive, maintenance executive, and marketing and sales executive. This will definitely make it difficult for the manager to carry out the marketing work because there is no assistant. Secondly is limitation of internet speeds. The gaming hub plan is to get 3 different unified ports to support 27 console and 28 PC at all time. The minimum internet speed for this e-gaming game is between 3 to 6 Mbps. Even if they only subscribe to 100 Mbps and 30 Mbps unified internet, this will be difficult at critical moment. The third is time of operation. Creative Ventures Demberhad has proposed that the gaming hub the venture be run for 15 hours a day. CVSB does not set what time the daily operation will start, but if you consider the probability that they will start operation during the day, they will certainly not be able to attract customer. The fourth is lack of segregation of duty. In a case study, Farid as a finance manager has identified that the main cost involved in the implementation of the gaming hub. However, it does not refer to a party that is indeed authoritative or expert. This will raise question from top management how a finance manager sets maintaining costs without involving a maintenance executive. The lastly is change of layout position. CVSB needs to ensure that the gaming hub can be installed maximum number of consoles, have enough space for extra room, and still be able to move around easily for customer. CVSB lack of revenue because not provide the cafe which sell food and drink that could raise income of business.
SWOT is a strategic planning method used to help a person or organization identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. related to the business competition or project planning. So the strength, strategic location. Creative Ventures Cinema Hut is an e-games company located at Kuala Lumpur, but for the new business called the Gaming Hub will be opened at an analysis place at the Strand, Kota Damansara. The business chose this location because of the environment. There are a lot of residential areas which can attract a lot of customers. Second point is weakness, internet speed connection. As you can see, 100 Mbps speed of internet connection is limited to 10 users only, so it can cause lagging on playing such games and using the devices there. When using the internet, the importance of internet speed will impact the user's comfort and experience. At least, the internet speed must not be less than 500 Mbps to maintain the performance of connection. The third point is opportunity, which is no competitors. The Strand, Kota Damansara is the suitable proposed location because there are no competitors there, and to gain customer trust is much easier compared to other locations that have competitors because customers will have opportunities to differentiate the best services given. So the last one, which is track, updated software. As we know, technology is going so fast nowadays. Same thing goes for software. So they must make sure they use the latest software that will help in smoothing their business as well. For example, the business needs to use the latest Windows operating system, which is Windows 11. Now we move to Porter's 5 forces analysis, which is a model that identifies and analyzes 5 competitive forces that shape every industry and helps determine an industry weaknesses and strengths. The first point is competition in the industry. Competition refers to the number of competitors and their ability to undercut a company. The larger the number of the competitors and the services and products provided, the lesser the power of a company. However, as you can see, there are no competitors around the area of the shop lot. The second one is potential of new entrants into the industry. As stated in the paragraph of marketing communications, it stated there is no competitor with a similar business around the identified area. However, when the business has made their platform there and gets customer trust and satisfaction, potential new entrants will disturb the smoothness of their business because our customers will get confused with our specialty and our differentiation from new competitors. The third one is power of suppliers. Supply power refers to the pressure given by suppliers that can do anything on businesses by raising prices, lowering quality or reducing availability of certain products. Based on this situation, the business may face difficulty in getting supplies of their inventory in continuing their business activities. Based on this situation, the business had to reduce their performance in given service to their customers because of pressure from suppliers that raising prices, lowering quality or reducing availability of their products. Next is power of customers. Buyer bargaining power refers to the pressure that given by consumers that can impact on certain businesses to get them to provide higher quality products, better customer service and lower prices. When analyzing the bargaining power of buyers, the analysis conducted from the perspective of the seller, buyer power is one of the forces that shape the competitive structure of an industry where they could demand to get higher quality product and they want the demand of lower prices. And the last point is threat of substitute products. Substitute's definition is the availability of a product that the consumer can purchase instead of the industry's product. When they have built trust, confidence and loyalty towards their customer, but if their customer has availability to buy their own facilities like an RPG area and the sound effect is similar or maybe effective than the gaming hubs, the loyalty of the customer will drop.
The solution for the issue and the problem. Firstly is the lack of staff. We need to post the job opening on social media so that people will know better. Other than that, we should ensure the good working condition and environment. For example, offer good wages and others benefit. Second is the limitation of internet speed. For the best connection, the company can use the LAN cable or Ethernet link for the faster experience. Other than that, the company can upgrade the routers. For example, to gaming routers or others such as mesh network to make the coverage of the internet connection bigger. So the third solution for the time operation, increase the number of operation hours and limit the usage of the underage customer.
Question 4. Identify and discuss ethical concern and risks. So the first ethical concern that we get is video game addiction. Many parents are worried because they sell their children spending a lot of time playing video games. Some video games are purposely designed to be addictive and to provide dopamine shot to the brain. So the concern is video game addiction could impact players' education and study, work performance and social relationship. Besides that, it also could lead to health issues for both mentally and physically. So the second ethical concern is gambling. In-game purchase can be bought with an real currency to receive a randomized selection of virtual loot such as rare weapon or skin could be considered a form of gambling. So the concern is this issue could participate to an increase of problem gambling among children and teenagers. Besides that, loot boxes are exploitative when the game uses everything in its power to incentive the player to buy them. It is unethical if the only way to progress in the game is to sink player money into loot box and game constantly push player to make that move. The last ethical concern that we found is violence and aggression. The relationship between violence video game and adolescent aggression has become a hot issue in psychological research. The concern is it is a widespread concern that violence video games promote aggression, reduce pro-social behavior, increase impulsivity and interfere with cognition as well as mood in its player. Playing a video game that encourages violence activity like shooting and killing can draw children toward extreme violence activity.
Ethical considerations are essentially about avoiding any harm to children and young people as a result of their participation in your organization decision making. As for the ethical concern 1, video games addiction, the ethical consideration can be taken by CVSB is CVSB may use mechanism tools to trace and set the limit time for each account of players to be played in a day. Besides that, CVSB also can install apps activation to block the players from access the video games. Next, applying cool-off and pop-up message on total hours they have been spent and notify them whether they are at risk or compulsive excessive gaming usage. Next, for ethical consideration gambling 2, gambling. CVSB can install an apps or websites that have ability to set limit on spending to the controls player spending on the video games. Besides that, the business also can issue a citation letter to the government to impose any laws or regulation for games industry to remove loot box features in the video games in Malaysia. Lastly, ethical concern 3, violence and aggression. CVSB should set age restriction for certain games to the players according to their age. They can monitor and track the games that they are going to play based on their age.
In conclusion, CVSB did a good thing in opening a new venture to grab the opportunity in e-games part. However, there is a proper plan needed which to prepare the master budget, payback period and break-even analysis need to be figured out to decide opening a new branch. Moreover, some ethical perspective needs to be considered in respect opening a new business. Therefore, we conclude that Gaming Hub should follow the financial plans as stated because the company can come out with a second branch from the good result. That's all from us. Thank you.